Last year in Game 1, Riley came up with a big ninth inning hit. This is just, he's not just putting up numbers in the regular season. He's coming up with big moments. Is he that guy now?
Yeah, no, I think he is. I think he has confidence in himself. I mean, you see what he's doing, the at bats in the DS here. No, I think that kid's definitely taken the next step forward.
Next question. Zach?
Knowing that the next three horses that they're coming with from their pitching, how important, just the importance of tonight's game to come out on top with knowing what they're going to bring starting rotation-wise.
Oh,
next
no,
three
yeah,
games.
it doesn't get easier. That's for darn sure. No, I think all the wins here in this thing is going to be big. They're all going to be hard to come by. It's going to be tough games. That's why teams are here, because they're really good. They're deep pitching. It's the nature of the beast here, I think, in this time of year. So, I think all the games are big.
Snit, what did you think of the way that Max battled out there tonight?
No, I thought he did, because I don't know that Max really felt like he was on tonight, but he just kept, Max just kept pitching, never gave in, just kept pitching. And, you get 6 innings. 6 innings is tough in a playoff game because it's so, there's just such an emotional and adrenaline type driven outing, I think, here. And I thought he did great. I mean, it was really good, and he had to really work through the sixth. And that inning there wasn't an easy inning for him, and he pretty much laid it out there to get through that inning.
Dave?
Snit, there was traffic every inning just about, but what about the Matzik getting out of that jam with the runner at third and 1 out?
No, God, is that huge? I mean, I looked out, told Walt, I said, I guess adrenaline's kicking in when I saw 99 on the, and that's been Matzik, blooped one in, and then they made it, Barnes did a really good job. That's probably not a real easy at bat to bunt with Matzik throwing like that, and he did a great job. And that was a huge at bat to Mookie then by Matzik, but you could tell he was, he was into the moment, that's for sure, and he elevated his game right there.
Okay, we're going to go Tyler, then Jason.
So there's been so much attrition in pitching staffs around the game, even in October. How much is it helping you guys to know that you have, 3 horses in rotation, you have all your good relievers throwing well at this point in the year?
No, it's good. I mean, it's huge. It gives you a lot of confidence because, like I said earlier today, I kind of feel like we have 3 really good options. A year ago when we came into this, we knock on anybody, but we got 3 guys that have been out there and are proven, and that's huge in this, I think. And all the bullpen guys that we're using now, we used last year also. So I just think especially the starters and a guy like Max to get, you think all those guys you hope and have confidence in them getting you through 6 innings to get to the back end of the bullpen is big.
Just to follow up on that, I think the other 3 teams in the LCS have used 34 pitchers so far, and you won by getting your starter through 6 innings.
Yeah.
You ever feel like the last of the traditionalist managers?
Oh, hell, I don't know, Jason. I don't know. I'm a big believer in starting pitching. I mean, it's, a lot of those flags all them flags are flying out there because we had really good starting pitching, and there are times, and I just depends on your team and all that, but, a guy like Max to give us, and I think 6 innings in the postseason is huge for guys, just the energy they expend mentally and physically. And I feel like we have 3 guys that can do that, with Ian and Charlie, along with Max. I don't know what we'll do on the 4th day, but, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of the way I was raised in the game. I mean, I came up with the Braves here, and we were all about starting pitching. I don't know any better, quite honestly, I guess, if you want to get down to it.
Zach.
Snit, it won't show up in the box score, but Dansby's short hop on Jock's throw in the ninth, when he gets out of that inning, just re-energize the guys coming off the field.
No, I mean, I thought, and I was just watching Jock did a really good job of closing in on that ball too. I mean, he closed in on it, got it in. Dansby had a heads-up play, as he always does, and you never know. I mean, that's a huge out in the game. We didn't screw up the rundown or anything, but like I say, Jock charged that ball well, that single. So,
Brad.
So you've talked a few times during this postseason about how this year's postseason team is different than last year's, usually in relation to the state of the pitching staff. But how much is another aspect in which things are different is that on a night where Freddie, the face of the franchise, has a rough night at the plate, it's Austin, who really came into his own this year, is the guy that comes up with the game winner.
No, I know. I mean, and we were just talking about that. It's, I don't know that we've won many games that Freddie's had, but and it's a good thing. I mean, I think it just shows you how these guys are growing and they're maturing, and the moment isn't too big for them because they played in it now for 3-4 years. So I think that's a really good thing organizationally when you see guys mature and that they can slow the game down and do what they do, whether it's a defensive play, a rundown, or a big hit. And our young guys are maturing right in front of us, and that's good because you know what, Jorge went. We lost him the other day, and the guy never stopped. These guys just keep playing, and it's not about one guy here, obviously, and I think that's a really good thing.
Down here in front.
Hey, Snit, Jalen Thompson, USA Today. I was just wondering, ABC baseball is huge in the National League, and it would prove today with you guys getting a stolen base with Rosario in the first inning and then driving in the run, and also in the ninth inning with Ozzie Albies doing the same. So how impressive was that in your eyes as the team can rely on doing that instead of hitting home runs all the time?
Yeah, I know. And we've been a team that's relied on home runs, so it even makes me feel even better. But I think, we do that, but it's every game's different. Every opportunity's different. Every situation's different. And I think our guys do a really good job of playing the game. Taking what's given to you, not trying to do too much, because you can't script that stuff right there you just talked about. I mean, you just have to play the game, and that's why I'm proud of these guys, because they're baseball players, and they see things like that.
All right.
Brian, you sort of started to allude to this a little bit before, but I mean, you could have lost this game 100 different ways. I think you guys had 14 strikeouts. The Dodgers kept leaving men on base in scoring position. I'm just wondering, from the dugout, what are you thinking when this is unfolding? Are you thinking, okay, for some reason we're still in the game here?
Yeah, no. I mean, I had no idea that we struck out that many times, quite honestly. I'm not looking at that kind of. I'm not sitting there with a clicker, or I'm just, I'm kind of just watching the game unfold, and looking. It's like, who are we going to bring in next, and how's Max doing? And I didn't realize we did that. I look at the scoreboard, quite honestly, and the fact that it's 2-2 going into the ninth, it doesn't surprise me in playoff baseball, because that's why teams are here, because they can pitch, and that team over there can really pitch, and that bullpen's deep, and it's not going to get any easier tomorrow either.
Way back in the left.
Snit, I don't know if you necessarily put a star next to a play or anything like that when you go back and look at a game, but I mean, are there certain parts of a game that you look at and you say, I don't know if in years past we make that play right there, or if we're that heads up in that situation?
No, I don't know. No, I'll be honest with you. I don't think that, because I think since I've been here, this team and our coaching staff, we're not a team that knock on wood or whatever, we're pretty solid fundamentally, and we work a lot on that. And these guys work on it every day. And so when they make a play, and they do all the time, they make plays all the time that I'm amazed at, because they practice and they're consistent in their work every day. So the fact that these guys make plays never surprises me.
Mark? How valuable is it to be able to plug a guy like Matzik in any situation there from 7th through the 9th inning? And are you looking at Mookie tonight, or what's your thought there?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's him and Luke to me are interchangeable. They're not matchup guys. It's just like, do we want Matzik to pitch, potentially who's pinch hitting, things like that, or Luke. They're not matchup guys. They get both sides out. Matzik gets right-handers out as good or better than he does left-handers. So, yeah, and Luke, too. Luke can get left-hander. We're talking, I had Luke face Corey Seager, who's as good a hitter as there is on the planet. So, yeah, it's just kind of, we kind of look at the lineup and then just, pick and choose. And it's really like getting a hat, and I don't think we're going to go wrong with those two guys.
Thanks, Nate.